What's up everybody, Pete here from the Boat Breakers. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Today we're going to be reviewing the wonderful Symphony of the Seas. Let's talk about the boarding process, onboard vibes, dining, entertainment, and whether this mega ship lives up to the hype or not. So first up, let's talk about embarkation day. Let's talk about boarding. Heading over to this terminal, we took an Uber, but we got stuck in some traffic. This isn't a great terminal. So I would suggest leaving almost an hour before your arrival time because the traffic was so backed up. It's like 2 lanes, and when you get right in front of the ship, then the lanes split to drop off, like if you're in Uber, or like pull through so you can pull your luggage out and give it to the porter. What we did is we had the Uber, we're like, screw this, pull to the drive-through side after about 45 minutes of waiting. Pulled to that side, and then we kind of just walked our luggage over to the porter. So again, if you are considering taking this ship, also consider leaving about an hour early because there was quite a bit of traffic, and we traveled with 10 other people. There was 12 of us, and they had the same thing happen to them. There was quite a bit of traffic. So if you're at one of the later times, definitely get in there earlier because this terminal isn't the greatest. It's not the prettiest either, but hey, everybody loves being on a ship. After all that traffic, getting onto the ship was a breeze. Once we were in the terminal, we were right on. We had foods and drinks in our hands immediately. And again, Royal does this much better than Carnival. You get on the ship and you're greeted with the Royal Promenade. So like everybody's like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. You look around, you're like, wow, this is amazing. So getting onto the ship after the traffic, perfect. We grabbed ourselves some drinks and we got our vacation started. Next, let's talk about the stateroom and the crew service. So getting onto the ship a little bit later, fortunately, I was able to go right to my room. Keys were available, rooms were available, and I did have a carry-on because I knew we were getting on later, so I was able to just bring it. Usually I have the carry-on, give it to the porter, but I was like, I think we're getting right into our rooms, so I want to have some of the stuff in the carry-on. So got right into the room, met the cabin steward. He greeted himself. Very, very nice gentleman. We had connecting rooms with friends. Very, very nice guy. He took care of us the entire time. We were tipping him. Our room would tip 20 one day. The people we were with would tip 20 one day. Across from us, we had more friends, so he took care of all 6 of us. Even though we had 12, we had people scattered around. We had a connecting room, and our connecting room and us 4, we like to get up early, get out there. Our friends across from us, they like to sleep in late, like 2 o'clock sometimes. So they didn't want to be bothered with cleaning the room then. So the steward was able to accommodate us by cleaning our room a little bit earlier in the day and then cleaning their room a little bit later in the day. Let's talk about atmosphere and overall vibes that you get from a ship like this. Now, if you've seen any of our other videos, if you've ever been on another Oasis class ship, you already know the vibes. Everything is beautiful on this ship. This was our 4th Oasis class ship sailing, so we kind of knew the layout. Friends we were with did not, so we were very, very excited to walk the ship with them and show them those 4 magnificent spots on the ship, which are the promenade, nice, beautiful area, lots of shops, lots of place to eat, karaoke. Then we have the boardwalk, which is amazing. You see the aqua show there. They have some hot dogs, they have candy, they have a sports bar there. Again, if you want to see any of this, definitely check out our tour. I already did a tour on the ship, and that's straight to the point. You get to see the whole ship down in the comments, so go ahead and take a look at that. Next, we have Central Park. Central Park is, pays homage to, I guess, New York City and that style. So you have some really fancy restaurants in there. The Solarium, also another magnificent spot on the ship, nice and quiet. They pump in some tunes, very, very light, like elevator music sometimes, birds chirping. Usually it's just quiet and silent, but the Solarium is an amazing spot to go and just hang out. They have a bar right in the middle, and because it's 18 and up there, there's no kids, but I do have to mention the bar is packed to the brim, so if you could find yourself a runner and you got a little bit of moolah on you, the runner will just keep coming back to you. I definitely recommend doing that so you don't waste that precious time in the pool or hanging out with your buddies and talking. I would say just keep giving a runner a tip. Bobby tips first, Alicia tips second, Billy tips third. You just $5 here and there, and that'll help them out and it'll help you out. I'm starting to get emotional thinking about it. It was a very, very nice cruise. It was different than most. Like I said, I had a bunch of friends on this one. So if you have a nice big family and you want to go on a cruise out of New Jersey for whatever reason, this ship is definitely worth getting on. I do want to mention that this ship is very family oriented, and I don't know if it's because it's out of New Jersey. I don't see that happen as often out of Orlando and out of Miami, but I guess it could have been the ship, it could have been the cruise line, it could have been where we were leaving out of, but it was very, very packed with families. So there were a ton of kids on this ship. I mean, a ton. I mean, the water parks were packed to the brim. Arcade was packed with the brim. I must have saw 5 kids per minute with ice cream in their hand. They didn't bother me. I'm just throwing it out there. I know some cruisers want to relax more. So I know you're excited for this part. Food and dining experience. We ate at the steakhouse. We ate at the Italian restaurant. Sorry, forgive me, because the Italian restaurant's names change on each ship. We've eaten almost at every restaurant just in the Oasis class, not on this ship specifically, but I have to say Royal does do the restaurants very well. We ate at Hibachi. That was very good. If you're going to book any restaurants, though, here's your tip of the day. Book as early as you can, and I mean this, and for shows as well. Entertain anything. As soon as you book your cruise, book it. It might be too late. You might book your cruise 6 months in advance and be like, how is Hibachi sold out? There's only 3 tables, and if you're only going for 5 or 6 days, that only leaves like 3 dinners, because let's be honest, they're not open every single day. So again, that's my tips to you, but this is a review, so I do want to mention I loved every restaurant that I ate on at this ship. The only one that I didn't like was on the Wonder of the Seas, and that was the Wonderland. And this ship had it also, but I didn't eat in there because I don't. If you watch any of my videos, I hate that place. But Utopia took it out, so thank you, Utopia. The main dining room's food was amazing. You get right in depending on how you set up your dinners. We had a big group, very accommodating. We didn't wait too long. Sometimes we did wait a little longer. And pro tip, if you are waiting too long or you want to just get away or you need to get a quick dinner, we found that the Solarium Bistro, which is attached to the Solarium, don't tell anybody this, but that food is amazing. They had like rack of lambs. They have, little very, very good things to eat. So if you're not too big into, I need a 4-course, 5-course meal, definitely hit the Solarium Bistro. It's buffet style. We were able to sit down with 10, 12 of us every time we were like, let's just go get something small, because sometimes MDR, sometimes restaurants gets in the way of the activities, and that's really what you want to do, or watch shows. So definitely keep that in the back of your mind. Remember, like if you're there and they're like an hour wait, maybe you could be like, I watched that video, that boat breaker video, and that ugly dude Pete was like, just hit the bistro. It'll be empty, I promise. And it's very, very nice, like very good food, very good salads. And it's still, you still get waited on, so you can get drinks or whatever you want. So again, another tip, another secret. That's what this channel is all about. Entertainment and features. Let's talk about one of the biggest qualities of this ship. There's zip lines, there's wave runners, there's flow riders, And this ship, different than the other ones, has 2 flow riders on the back of the ship, one on each side, and then one is for like surfing lessons, and then the other they split down the middle, and you can do like boogie board, and it's an awesome time. They have the basketball court, they have ping pong, they have arcade, they have a theater. Again, this is going off the top of my head. I don't really need to prepare material for this because the ship is so amazing. Nightlife is amazing. They have the comedy, the attic cellar. It's the comedy place. They turn it into a club at night. Music was great. You could stay up till 2. The entertainment, amazing, top notch. We watched the ice show twice because they had 2 different showings. We watched the comedians. We watched the aqua show. Again, as I mentioned earlier, this is so important. When you book your cruise, book those activities, because we had to wait on lines for some of them, all right? The aqua show had 2 different shows, and the ice show had 2 different shows. We watched another show, I forget the name of it, but great entertainment. That's one of Royal's, standouts. You go on Royal for some of the entertainment. They do it very well. Let's talk about the overall crew and service atmosphere. Now, I don't have anything bad to say about this, but I don't have anything good to say about it because I'm automatically just comparing it to other cruise lines. There wasn't very many runners, And when we did find one, you know, we treated it how we always treat it. We give them a nice big tip and hope they come back. The Lido deck was very, very packed. So we would say, you know, like, here's a nice tip, you know, where you're from, make a friend, and then you just wouldn't see them again. So I think it was a little understaffed, but again, thousands and thousands of guests, all kinds of, you know, moving gears and cogs to get this ship, you know, floating and keep people happy. So I understand if I have to go wait at a bar for an extra minute for a drink, I'm not too mad about it. But it's hard when you're at the pool and you're in the pool to not have a drink brought to you. And that might sound a little like, you know, that might sound a little bad, but I don't like going up to a bar just dripping with water, and I don't want to dry off every time I want to drink, because sometimes I just take a shot just to, you know, do whatever, get there. Everybody's taking a shot. So it's a second, you know, boom, it's gone. Can I order another drink? You might not see that staff, that bartender for a while. On the other hand, in the restaurants, the service was great. We had a birthday on board, so the staff sang happy birthday in the steakhouse. It was an amazing time, a 30th birthday, so shout out to Brianna. The ship was amazing. Get on as early as you can, and make sure you're aware that there will be traffic getting into that terminal. Other than that, the cruise was amazing. We went to Perfect Day at Coco Cay, and we bought the adult Hideaway beach passes. I always recommend that. It comes with food, and if you have your drink package, it works there, unlike some other cruise lines. Nice big pool, nice big man-made beach, very clean. They have an abundance of staff. I mean, there's staff everywhere trying to get drinks and stuff for you. So there was an amazing time. We stayed out there until, you know, it was time to leave. And then we went to Nassau. I didn't get off there because I've seen it a lot, and I wanted to do some, you know, some content on the ship. So we did that. So overall, cruise was an amazing time. I have no complaints. Would I cruise again out of New Jersey? The reason I did it was a lot of my friends still live in Jersey. I am from Jersey, but I moved to Florida. So, you know, to help them, I said, let's go out of Jersey. You guys, you know, 8 of you guys don't have to buy plane tickets. Next year, you guys got to come to us. We will probably be getting on the Star of the Seas, and that's another Royal ship. It's their brand new ship in the Icon class. So if you're interested in seeing that, you know what to do. I hate saying it. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if I missed anything or you have any questions, drop it in the comments. Our subscribers love answering. If I don't get to it first, people love answering and chipping in. And, you know, if you don't have a comment, check the comments out. Maybe you can answer something for, you know, the Boat Breaker family. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. My name is Pete, and I will see you guys next week.